Okay, so many of you are fully well aware, between the 13th of November to the 23rd of November, I was trying to be all nice and... Lovely. Good evening, Vaskin enjoyers. Everything all right? Because it's time for the Abnormal Barders. So, of course, we have a Halloween week 2. Tomorrow, we have the November Force Wipe. We have the November Update and the November Force Wipe Rust Door. We are anticipating an early Rust rotation tomorrow. So, with some of these skins, they have sold quite a fair bit more, what I was considering when I did the full check analysis. Are some of these skins actually going to hold? Some of the designs do stand out quite nicely, but we've always said this. For seasonal skins, such as Halloween, for example, it's not Halloween anymore. We're now looking forward towards Christmas. Many supermarkets are already in the Christmas mood. So what I'm trying to say is, unfortunately, people aren't going to care about Halloween skins anymore. You have to be prepared for this. Do not be surprised if they drop off pretty badly over the course of the next few months, or rather, next few weeks, and then it gets real bad a few months' time. If I could just quickly show you last week, oh yeah, down, down, ooh, down, down, down. Now, to what extent and how many listings, that of course would matter, but yeah, do not be surprised if we do eventually see some prices drop off. Now, I'm surprised about that, but I also know some other transparent furnaces have been made, so could be problems there, but it's actually holding up there, 70,000 plus subscribers. Now, this week's batch of skins, we didn't see anything like that. Top selling skin is the Moonlight Raider Garage Door. Doing very nicely. As I said, anime garage doors, they sell. People want them. As much as people like to sit there and say, I don't need it, I don't want it, they've already bought 100 of them. They are weak. Anyway, we're going to go ahead, look at all these skins. The only skins this week that are not abnormal, if you can remember, is the Dr. Brainus, Tier 3, the Slime Monster Hoodie and Pants, and of course there was also the AK-47 and Custom SMG. All the other skins are abnormal. We're going to figure out prices for them right now, and then of course, when the roster rotates tomorrow, the regular skins that aren't abnormal, they will become marketable, and we'll have to figure out prices for them as well. That's a bit all over the place. I do apologise. So if you don't fully understand what abnormals are, if you're lost, if you don't understand the terminology I used, abnormal, regular skin, and you need some help, consider looking in the description right now. At the very top, there are 2 videos provided. First video is a short video, only 60 seconds long. It basically goes over the details in regards to, well, abnormal skins, they will become marketable before the rust or even rotates. And we can use that time to our advantage, okay? So what we do is we figure out prices, and then we race to get those barders down because we know exactly when they're going to become marketable. And then, hopefully, afterwards, we'll look at the skins, and if they actually have the support to keep the price up, we'll then consider buying some ourselves as well. So, yeah. Now, if that's not enough information for you, if you want to learn a lot more in regards to what abnormal skins are, if you want to learn about everything there is to know, we'll consider watching the second video listed below. It's about 20 minutes long, but it will explain everything there is to know, okay? How to identify abnormals, when do abnormals become marketable, you get the idea. So, sit back, relax. Let's start going through all these skins, the abnormals first, and then, of course, the regular skins, figure out prices, and then, of course, we'll race to get those barders down afterwards as well. So, all right, let's jump in. Moonlight Raider Garage Door. We have compared this with last year's and previous year's garage doors that we saw for Halloween, because we've had some cute girl designs before, haven't we? So, as you may recall, which garage door? It's now doubled in price. It's $6 now. That did 42,000 plus subscribers. And as you can see right here, that is holding up quite nicely. So, yeah, that proved to be quite successful. That proved to be a very... Okay, how come that's not updating? Sorry about that. Come on, there you go. Yeah, $6, $6, $6. Yeah, that proved to be very, very successful. But by default last year, I would have been concerned. The amount of sales is completely ridiculous. But this just goes to show people do appreciate an anime design. So as much as you might complain about the sales we saw for the Moonlight Raider Garage Door, it probably will be holding up quite nicely. I kind of feel confident in it, in a sense. If I could just scroll down a little bit more, I'd also like to remind you of the Spell Garage Door. Not exactly an anime design, but still cute witch design. Anyway, that's now $3. That sold for $4 if I could recall. It has had its ups and its downs, but it's retaining most of its value. It's actually doing a very good job. So if I could just show the sales history as well. Look at this. As I said, it's had its ups, it's had its downs. We've had some other anime garage doors, doors being accepted and whatnot. But it is starting to trend upwards. When times are good, it's up. When times are bad, it's down. We're starting to leave the dreaded October month. We're now looking towards December and January, where we tend to see a very nice rise in price for most skins in general. There's going to be a period of time where people aren't going to be working as much. People, kids are out of school. Nobody's in education. Like a good solid 2 weeks with people just enjoying themselves at home, not doing much, playing Rust. And this is why the all-time peak player count happened in January 2025, right? With the momentum, the possible momentum we're going to have with December, considering we're going to get the naval update at the very beginning of the month, and then, of course, you know, not that many people doing anything towards the end of the month, we are expecting a lot of people turning up. And as you can see of last year, a lot of people did turn up. But this time, there's going to be lots of people playing at the beginning of the month as well. I think we've got a very, very strong push for the end of this year, and I think January Force Wipe is going to potentially be the new all-time peak player count this upcoming January, okay? So we'll see how it all turns out, how it all goes, but things are lining up very nicely. And so you, Moonlight Raider Garage Door, and all of these other skins, if you do retain at least some interest, I do think they'll be doing quite nicely. So this right here as well, because it's retained a decent amount of like interest and whatnot, it's actually starting to rise up quite nicely. I won't be surprised that it goes all the way back up to its Rust Door price again, and potentially a nice profit around January time. But you might sit there and say, but Hedge, it's a witch. Yeah, but it's a cute girl one. That's what matters, unfortunately. So, okay. So back over to here, Moonlight Raider Garage Door. A very nice, colourful design. It is very gimmicky with Halloween, with the pumpkins and whatnot. But as I said, the girl trumps all. We've got Antonomy over there. He's probably frothing at the mouth. In fact, didn't you already like request one, didn't you? Anyway, I think that will hold. But I can't help but assume it will drop at some point as well. Maybe it doesn't really drop off until around springtime. So usually during the months of February, March and April, we see a dip after the post-Christmas pump, boost. I think what I'm going to want to do, is, you know what, I want to go pretty strong on it, but I can see some potential issues. 29,000 subscribers is quite a lot. That could easily be up to 40,000 actual, in circulation. I think I'm going to sit here and say I'm going to do probably, I kind of want to go strong on it. I think I'm going to do $1.80 to $2.30. I'm going to go a little bit higher than what I normally would. Just a little bit more. But as I said, around February, March, April, don't be surprised if it drops off a bit. But then, in the lead up to next Halloween, during the summer next year as well, I won't be surprised if it rises up even higher. So if you like the design, by all means, you might want to go ahead and buy some. But after tonight, I think we'll see quite a lot more people buying some as well. I could easily see this reach up to 30,000 subscribers by tomorrow. So, yeah, $1.80 to $2.30 is what I'm going to offer. Horror bed. I'm still very, very concerned in regards to how many more bed skins we're going to see being accepted. Let me remind you, tomorrow, November Force Wipe, the brand new skinnable is going to be added to the game. We have the handmade LMG getting skins. A very decent amount of them have been submitted. I am expecting 2 handmade LMG skins to be accepted tomorrow. But to be honest, I think we might still see quite a lot of bed skins being accepted because the skin creators can't stop themselves. They keep making more and more and more and more. So if I were to just quickly hop over to here, a very Halloween themed skin, that is a concern. It's a nice glow-in-the-dark design though, and obviously it's in reference to the, sleeping bag that was accepted in the past. So hopping back over to here, I want to just point out, we've seen some very interesting skins being submitted. So most recently is Molten Visage. We have the swag bed with all the money. Oh, look, we got like a gentleman bed gig. Quick look at that. That's looking pretty sweet. And over to here, we also have Constructor, Race Car bed. We have 2 versions of this. We have a red one. We have a blue one. Like, lots of very cool designs are being submitted. Could we see potentially some of them being accepted? I mean, we can't rule it out. Fish bed, Black Ops bed. We got a neon green bed. You got to remind yourself of this. Last week's skin submissions and this week's skin submissions, we have over 200 skin submissions for Rust, Face Punch to choose from. There's a lot for them to choose from, and a lot of them do happen to be bed skins. This was the most recent weekend, and this was last weekend. I mean, look at all of... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Look at all of that. We've got about 20 bed skins for them to choose from. So, what's the problem then? We've had tons of bed skins recently, and I can't help but assume we're going to see even more. Look at how these have held up. Not very well. Neon blue bed's actually doing quite all right. I'll respect that. If we do get that neon green bed, oh wow, that might go up in price, but I don't really think that's going to happen. But they are suffering. The first 2 are struggling, okay? So I can't help but assume both of these are going to drop off. Not too surprising. A little bit too gimmicky for Halloween, perhaps. So, yeah. In regards to the horror bed, I think I only want to do like 70 cents to 90 cents because I could probably see it dropping off to around $1. So that's what I'm going to offer. 70 cents to 90 cents. Hammer from Hell. So I felt very optimistic about this. When I did my predictions video, that was the first one. That was literally the first one I wanted to talk about. look at all the hammer skins that are marketable. You might notice they're all in the green. Yep, they're all in the green. So, people do appreciate a hammer. Problem is, though, Face Punch just doesn't accept that many of them. But that's not too much of a concern, because that's actually very, very nice for this. The last marketable glow-in-the-dark hammer skin we saw being accepted in Rust Store, I do believe, is all the way back in 2022 with the Toxic Hammer. And then after that, it's the Ancient Amber Hammer. Point I'm trying to get across is, this is selling for the standard price of $2. By default, this is the cheapest marketable hammer right now. Now, what I also want to bring up is it has sold very nicely. It's done 24,000 subscribers. It's the highest ever selling hammer. With only 24,000 subscribers. That's kind of surprising. It's a bit surprising, isn't it? But anyway, I think I'm going to be buying some of these. I'm not joking. I can't help but assume they're going to hold up quite nicely. I can't help but assume that's actually going to be very, very interesting. And yeah, I think I'm going to go pretty strong with this. So in terms of the Hammer from Hell, I'm not sure if we're going to see that many more hammer skins being accepted over the course of like the next several months. This past year, it's been better compared to the previous year, but we still only got 4 in total. Only 4. Some people said, well, not everybody's the builder in their group. Doesn't matter. You're always building at least something. You're always going to need a hammer. And yet Face Punch doesn't accept that many of them. So Hammer from Hell, you're a very nice glow-in-the-dark design. The From Hell collection is in demand. Right now, not the best, but there's a lot of skins here that a lot of people do like using and whatnot. So, very extensive collection. I do believe this will hold up. I do believe this could potentially be a very nice profit. I am confident I'm probably going to go ahead and buy some tonight. And I'm going to sit here and say, I'm going to do between $1.20 to $1.70 for a $2 skin. Yes, yes, I still feel confident in it. With the previous From Hell skins we've seen for like Halloween Rust Stores, the rug did amazing. The wooden double door did amazing. Then we started, then we started seeing a whole lot more wooden double doors. And I can't help but assume this is going to probably follow suit as well. So, yeah. I'm pretty confident in that. I'm going to go ahead and do a strong buy order, and I'm very likely going to go ahead and buy some myself. So, cool. That's, it is what it is. So, that's nice. Let's now move on to the Sinister Small Box. The Sinister Small Box design is very, very nice. I like it. With its like little feet design here. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more skin creators trying to do that, though. That is cool. But I can't help but assume some people might do like mini reindeer or something for Christmas. Like, hey, Pretex, there you go, there's an idea. And if it gets accepted, where's my portion? Anyway, it's nice, but I just don't fully trust small box skins. We take one quick look over to here. What do we see? Oh dear, only a few of them doing quite all right. And you might notice that starting to rise back up in price. If we see another small prop skin accepted tomorrow, ooh, yep. So anyway, not that many doing very nicely here, but then over to here with the previous year skins, some of them are doing quite all right, but still the majority of them are down bad a bit. I'm not confident in the Sinister Small Box, but it doesn't exactly scream Halloween. It's not like got tons of pumpkins all over it and whatnot. It's just a cute, scary, little sort of mimic design. I do like it to a point. I'm just not really sure where it's going to land. It did almost 17,000 subscribers. By tomorrow, it will do 17,000 subscribers, which is still quite a lot for a small box. I think I'm going to do 70 cents to $1. I think it's nice. I'm just not really sure if it's actually going to hold up. Not that confident, so sorry to say, but we'll leave it at that. If you're feeling more confident, chat, you're more than welcome to offer more. But yeah, I'm not sure if it's always going to stay in demand. And I think with the possibility of the small props collection being reinvigorated tomorrow, with the possibility of seeing a skin being accepted, I think that might get lost in a shuffle. So yeah, wouldn't surprise me if it goes down to about half its price. Grim Farm Sheep Metal Double Door. By tomorrow, I kind of get the feeling that's going to probably reach up to 17,000 subscribers. But I am concerned because, of course, with last year's Halloween Sheep Metal Double Doors, they're still down bad. They haven't changed. Down 59%, down 40%. They haven't changed. Now, I've got to sit here and say that's even more Halloween themed. But will Grim Farm be better? Will it perform better? Do people appreciate you more? In the past, the garage door's done quite nicely. The sheep metal door's done quite nicely, but they're still down bad right now. In regards to what I see here, I am feeling a little bit, and I think for this, I'm only going to do 70 cents to $1. I might regret that, but it wouldn't surprise me if it does drop off. I do expect it to perform better compared to its sheep metal door and its garage door counterparts, but I wouldn't be surprised if it drops down to at least half its price. I wouldn't be surprised. So, yeah. A little bit too gimmicky for Halloween, and based on the previous behaviour of last year's Halloween sheep metal double doors, I'm not feeling very confident. So, yeah, it is what it is. With the Tombstone Bed, pretty much everything I talked about here applies to this as well. It's a very cool design. I can't help but assume this is going to probably be appreciated a lot more with next year's Halloween compared to the horror bed, because this quite literally looks like a coffin, like an actual tombstone for a mausoleum or whatnot. I think a lot of people are going to greatly appreciate using that next year, like lots of like base decorations and whatnot. Other than that, yeah, not 100% sure what's going to happen with it, but I can see people appreciating it, and it hasn't sold as much compared to the horror bed. This right here has only done about 13,500 subscribers. In fact, let's just be a little bit more precise. Can confirm 13,600 subscribers. Okay. As time goes on, especially with next year, I am expecting even more bed skins to be accepted. Come on now. You just saw how many of them were submitted over the past 2 weeks. I won't be surprised if we see 2 tomorrow. I'll be incredibly surprised to see if we get 0 tomorrow, though. How big is the rust door going to be? I would expect a big one. Just point that out. Anyway, for this, I think I'm just going to do like 70 cents to 90 cents. Yeah. Dracula sheet metal door. I mean, we've had a lot of like Halloween themed sheet metal doors in the past, but they do tend to drop off pretty badly, I'm sorry to say, but this is the behavior we've seen previously. So in regards to what I see here, 70 cents to 90 cents. Very quick to answer that. So sorry, but it's just expected to happen all over again. Now, pumpkin jacket. I'm actually kind of surprised to see that you haven't really sold that much. It does line up quite nicely with the rest of the collection. I have to go over here to see all of it. There you are. Now, on average, the Tier 2 did about 12,500 subscribers. The hoodie pants did about 12,000 subscribers. The jacket has only reached about 11. Only 11,000 subscribers. And with the possibility to see the Tier 3 next year, maybe tactical gloves and boots. Oh, we'll see, we'll see. I think the jacket will still be appreciated. But I can't help but assume it's still going to drop off. So this is the first of many instances with the clothing and armor where I'm going to sit here and say, you know what, with this jacket, very orange, pumpkin themed and whatnot, I am expecting it to go below its rust door price. I am expecting it to go less than half of its price at some point. I'm looking at you, I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking, you know what? If the hoodie pants went as low as 50 cents last year, how low will you go? Because you have sold less. I think I'm going to do 50 cents to 70 cents. In anticipation for next year's Halloween, with the possibility of a collection continuation, I think that will rise up again. Much like how the hoodie and pants rose up quite nicely throughout all of this year. So, 50 cents to 70 cents. And I am hoping to see Tier 3 next year, or tactical gloves, and of course the boots again. So, alright, cool. With the Witch Deer Skull mask and the poncho, they haven't sold that much. But we also don't have like a full proper collection behind it. Same thing applies. We have to wait until next year to actually see the possibility of more. Will the skin creators consider doing some burlap clothing, some hide clothing, maybe some hide boots, some leather gloves? You get the idea. I am anticipating that, but it's not going to be till next year. Deer Skull mask are very likely going to still drop off. I think for the Deer Skull mask and the poncho, they haven't sold that much, but I am still expecting them to drop off. 50 cents to 70 cents for both of them as well. Okay, what else we got? Creep miner hat. I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? What do I say about you? What do I talk about you? Well, in regards to the creep miner hat, let's quickly switch back over to here, to the Saturday 48-hour analysis. I looked at all the skins, I made some assumptions. I thought the garage door and the bed would only do between 22 to 27,000 subscribers. Pfft, that garage door's easily surpassed it. I thought the Hammer from Hell would only go up to about 24,000 subscribers, still surpassed it. That creep miner hat, I could just tell it wasn't selling that much. I thought it was going to do between 5 to 6,000 subscribers. And well, that's where we're at the moment. So, alright, cool. So always keep an eye on my 48-hour analysis videos. I'm always trying to keep you informed for where I reckon, with a good estimate, where all the skins are going to likely land at with their total sales. So after talking about you, with that 48-hour analysis, what I said was, out of the recent batch of miner hats, that right there will be the lowest selling skin. So let's just quickly showcase this. Now again, do not be surprised tomorrow if we still see another one being accepted. There's a lot of very cool looking miner hats submitted before Halloween. We probably still might see just one extra one. But I just can't help but assume, with the recent batch, that will remain being the lowest selling one. 5,000 subscribers is very, very low. It is the lowest selling skin overall. At $2, is it going to retain its price? I'm doubting it, but I can't help but assume it's going to rise up in price quite nicely towards the next Halloween next year. It is a very goofy, very strange, very weird looking design for a miner hat. But also consider this. How often do you even use a miner hat? But how many goofy servers, how many silly things do you get involved with? Could there be an instance where you want to wear that? Probably. And will the skin creator consider doing some creep continuations? Like burlap clothing, mining, hide clothing, poncho, you get the idea, bandana? Maybe. It could do some very, very weird things, but there's no guarantee it's going to be accepted. But the anticipation still. So looking at the creep miner hat, I'm thinking, I'm questioning, and I think, you know what? At $2, I might push up to about I might go about halfway. We do have cheaper options, of course, but I can't help but assume we're not going to see that many of them on the Steam market. So yeah, interest might not be there for a while, but it might pick up. I'm considering 70 cents to $1. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. I hope that's going to be okay. But is it going to happen? Again, we're probably not going to see actual interest in it until next year, next Halloween. So yeah, 70 cents to $1 probably will be the most appropriate way to go about it. We'll see how it goes. So okay, that's all the abnormal skins. How about we go ahead and start talking about the regular skins? Dr. Brainus Tier 3. I'm actually going to separate the two of them. The face mask, yeah, that's going to go down to like 30 cents, 30 to 50 cents, yep. But the chest plate, I have talked about the chest plate specifically. I looked at it and I thought, you know what? That could probably switch out for whiteout, like whiteout chest plate. But then again, do you even wear Tier 3 in the snow biome? Nah, not really, no. So, okay, cool, understood. So basically, what we have going on here, it is considerably cheaper compared to the whiteout chest plate, but is it even worth it? Is that even something people are going to consider? I have made a short video showcasing this. It does fill in very nicely. But, again, who's going to win? Do you want to wear Tier 3 in the snow? Okay, so I can't help but assume it's still going to drop off. We did have that interest. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to upload the chest plate fast enough. But, yeah, because I've got like other short videos I need to upload by tomorrow. It's annoying. It is annoying. So what am I saying then, Hedge? Well, I think for both Dr. Brainus Tier 3, I think I'm just going to do 30 cents to 40 cents. I'm not that confident in it. Maybe next year we see Dr. Brainus Hoodie and Pants or Tier 2. If that's accepted, oh yeah, that will spike in price ever so nicely, but I still expect the very heavy drop-off. So yeah, for both of them, when the rust rotates tomorrow, when we have the regular skins being marketable, only about 30 cents to 40 cents for both of them. Sorry to say, but yeah, do not be surprised if it drops off pretty badly. Now, Slime Monster Hoodie and Pants. They both have sold a very similar amount to each other, but oh no, they have sold far too much in comparison to the Tier 2. Now, next year, Tier 3, boots and gloves, if they end up selling just as much as the Hoodie and Pants, but the Tier 2 here, because it has sold considerably less, it will be very nice and profitable. It will be rising up again. Oh, yes, it will. So, for the Hoodie and Pants, I am worried, and I know that's going to go down. But these Tier 2 pieces here, they didn't really go down that much last year. They did get cheap, but it didn't last for a long time. So, for these two pieces here, again, 30 cents to 50 cents. They have sold a little bit too much compared to these. It's not going to stay in demand as we, steer further and further away from October. But next year, as I said, the possibility of collection continuation, it will still cause the clothing to rise up ever so nicely. And chances are, with anticipation of that, people start buying out maybe around the summertime. So, all right, cool. But yeah, you are going to drop off. You will drop off. I'm sorry to say, but there's no escape from that. Then we have both the weapons. They're not in demand. 60 cents to 80 cents. Very sorry to say, but yeah, it's not going to hold. So, all right, cool. We've basically talked about all the skins, but I'm going to mention this one time, okay? I do plan to buy something from here, but it's not a skin. I want to go ahead and buy the mummy wraps, all right? A lot of people have talked to me about this. I did it last year just to prove a point. Last year, I looked at this and I remembered, for the previous 2 summers, this always rises up in price around the summertime. So last year's Halloween, last year's Halloween, I bought 100 of them. The profit I made was lovely. So let's just quickly remind you of last year. Here you go. So last year, I must have bought like a bunch of them in the Rust store, at $6 each? 100. So there you go. I spent $600 buying all of them. But then I waited, and I sold mine around like June to August time. I made about $5 profit on average for every single one of them. If you can afford that, you can print some sweet, delicious profit, because throughout the summer, oh yeah, it's in demand then. Perhaps not too many people want it around now, and then they forget about it, and then they're like, oh, I need it again, so they go buy it then. I don't know. But in terms of like underwear, we don't have that many options, and people do appreciate the mummy wraps. So I very likely would be buying a bunch of them again. That seems to be a very nice, reliable option, but it's a long-term option. You have to wait until, well, another 6 months. Are you that patient? If not, maybe it's not for you. So, all right, fair enough. All good. So, okay, we'll leave it. Right then, so what can we expect with tomorrow? No more Halloween. We're back to regular skins. So, as I've already mentioned, last week's past weekend and this week's past weekend, we saw a lot of skins being submitted. We have over 200 skins to be chosen. But what will be picked? Don't forget, we still very likely will see some of the skins from before Halloween being submitted, potentially being accepted in tomorrow's rush door. And let me remind you, with updates, we do expect to see an early rush rotation, okay? Is it going to be super early? Probably. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by that. Like, chat for you right now, after we've done the abnormals, we're probably going to see the rush door rotate as early as like 17 hours after we do the abnormals. So from now, because we've got like 10 minutes left, 17 hours time from now, we're probably going to see the rush door rotate. What is the focused item of the month? The L96. So the brand new skinnable is the handmade LMG, and the focused item of the month is the L96. And I can prove that to you because you might notice we've seen tons of them being submitted. So as we scroll down over to here, oh look, there you go. 1 L96, 2 L96, 3 L96, 4 L96, 5 L96s are here. And with this past weekend, we just saw another batch of them being submitted. So as you'll notice, whoops. Good job, Hedge. So scrolling down. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here as well. So you should expect potentially like 5 L96s to be accepted over the course of the next several weeks. And then with the toy LMGs, only 3 this past weekend. And over to here, we also happen to see the Jungle Camouflage Handmade LMG, the Arcade Handmade LMG, Training Collection, Phantom Collection, Blackout Collection, Gold Chains Collection, Black Ops Collection, No Mercy Collection, Olympus Collection, and Thunder Gold! So yeah, lots of interesting handmade LMG designs have been submitted, lots of them with transparency as well. But which ones will be accepted, we don't know. But I can tell you, the first 2 to be accepted will sell an absolutely stupid amount. Then after that, they'll go down in price. That is expected to happen. Very sorry to say, but do not be surprised. We just saw it happen with the beds. Next month, for December, tactical gloves. Of course they're going to sell a stupid amount initially, and then what happens? The exact same thing, all over again. So yeah, you get the idea. So that's all nice and good. What about the clothing armor? Whoa, what do we have over down here? Nacho hat. Anyway, moving on. I do want it. But yeah, we did see another interesting minor hat being submitted. Deep Sea Tier 2. We saw some pretty interesting white designs as well. Suddenly everybody feels the need to make some white clothing armor. Not sure why, but I wouldn't be surprised because of course it would sell out. Of course it would. But anyway, lots of interesting designs there. But this past week, oh my. Cargo heli boots and gloves. Again, another attempt for some white clothing. If that were to be accepted, that's going to sell insanely. It will. Oh yes, it will. Oh, what about this though? I think a lot of people potentially might want that. Now, I know a lot of people probably would prefer the Tier 2, and the Tier 2 is still potentially available for tomorrow. Face Punch, if you're watching, if you want to make everybody suddenly very, 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 very happy, can we have the Temple Tier 2 tomorrow? Please! The hoodie and pants would be nice, but we already have flashbacks. Like, if we were to only have either hoodie and pants or the Tier 2, I would prefer the Tier 2. Just saying. So, anyway, that would still be greatly appreciated. A lot of people would like that. So, okay, cool. But then you got like Sultan's Tier 2, Chromatic Core, Polar, Delta, and then just who wants to be a lamb? Lamb Tier 3. So, it's still white though. It's still white. So, a lot of people would appreciate it. Tier 2, hoodie and pants, yes please. Make me all nice and woolly. Keep me nice and warm. Anyway, yeah. We've got some very goofy, very silly designs, but what will actually be accepted, we do not know. Now tomorrow, we're also anticipating the RPG rocket launcher to be released. That's expected. Is it going to be something in the Rush Store, or is it going to be something in the general Rush Store? As in, it's just going to be there forever. If you need help with understanding what that is, because as you can see, oh no, this is something different, whoopsie. Well, let me just duplicate this, and let's just go to the Rush Store. What I'm talking about is the general section here, where they have like all the building skins, and then you got like the factory door there. If we go over to here, you'll see like the sofa. Yeah, I think it might be something that'll just be placed there. That'd be $5, please. And then, yeah. Or is it going to be like the Dragon rocket launcher, where they release it for like a week or two, and then gone? And then, well, it's going to be on the Steam market afterwards. But then potentially another year later, it's back. So we don't know. We shall see. So, chat, are you all nice and ready? Have you got the prices ready? Hedge, you need to hurry up. You need to get your barders prepared. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to skip ahead, and then we'll go to the barders, and afterwards we'll figure out prices. No, we'll figure out if we actually want to go ahead and jump in and buy into these skins if their prices are holding up. I definitely didn't forget about the practice barder and didn't just do it really quickly right now. No. Right. Let's go. Are you ready? Are you ready? So we got just about 10 seconds. I have decided what I want to focus. I've even put it in the chat as well. Main section. Got all the prices to my side. And so, 3, 2, 1. Ow. I keep hitting myself today. Not on purpose. Right. Hammer from hell. We're going to give you a good barder. Oh, there you go. Yep. Okay, first barter done. Anime Girl Garage Door. What are we going to offer you? Right, come on, pumpkin jacket. Right, what do we got? Hell, creep. I'm a creep. Okay, what are we offering for you again? I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Right. Sorry. Ever since I did the short video with the song, it's in my head. Oh, there you go. How you doing, buddy? Right. Okay. Right, what we got going on over here? Tombstone Bed. Not feeling very confident with you, sorry to say. Which dear skull mask? Come on. Don't be shy. There we go. There's the poncho. We know you're going to get cheap. We know you're going to get cheap. Disco mask is still taking its time. Dracula sheep matador. You will drop off. It is inevitable. Sorry to say. Get in my inventory. Now. Right. Sinister Small Box. You're also looking interesting to a point, but we still fear you. So, yeah. There for you. Alright, then we got this. Looking at the barders real quick. Yep, I can see some people put down some pretty good looking barders. So I might have to follow suit and actually offer a little bit more. Looks like some people here really are eager to try and pick this up. So, okay. So I think we've got all the barders done. Almost, well, almost. There we go. There's the jacket. Yep. Right. Cool. So, yep, that's everything. What we're going to do now is skip ahead, look at all the abnormal barter support, and see, you know, does it hold up? Do we actually go ahead and buy any of the skins? Okay, so we're back. We can see some of the prices, but by default, we're not 100% confident, as we've said. They're all Halloween skins, so yeah. We've said that more than enough. Let's actually go ahead and look at the barter support. And I've got to say, the Hammer from Hell is looking very, very good. A $2 skin, well, technically $1.99, but yeah, look at the barders. Not an insane amount, but they are looking pretty strong. Now, there's only 20 there, but still, I know it did almost, well, it's looking like it's going to go over 25,000 subscribers by tomorrow. I know it's the highest we've ever seen for a hammer, but I can't help but assume we're not going to see that many more hammers. Now, I said this last year, and then this year we ended up getting 4, which isn't really that much, but it was still more. So, if we end up with just 4 again next year, I just can't help but assume it's going to be doing pretty good. So, are you going to have like an insane rise like we did with the rug last year? Well, not last year, it was 2 years ago. See, that was pretty quick and it like doubled in price after it was out of the Rust store. And it still sold a lot, but that was more like a decoration piece. People really did like they really do like putting it all over their base and whatnot. But you, well, will we want to smack you against walls? Probably, yeah. I mean, it's going to get a lot of usage. People are always building and whatnot, so I can see it working out well. Is it going to be a huge profit though? That's the next question. Well, if it only went up to if it only went up to $1 around January time, it's still profit. But if you're not too keen with just that, maybe you're better off with just sticking with a buy order. I personally am going to go ahead and buy a bunch. I'm not sure how many though. I want to buy a lot, but I don't have that many funds left. Oh, I'm just trying to survive this autumn fall seasonal dip, and I'm going to go pretty wild when we have the Christmas skins there, and then we'll start selling them. So, okay, I'm not selling my Christmas skins just yet. I'll see what I can do, but yes, that is looking interesting. I am considering buying a bunch, so if you're interested as well, go ahead. But with the Barders, they're going up to $1.90. But then after that, it's not very strong, and it's down to $1.70, which is still pretty okay. It's looking all right. So I wonder how many of these get like thrown on the Steam market afterwards. We already have 26, just saying. And over to here, Moonlight Raider Garage Door. It's a $3 skin. The Barders only gone up to about like $2, $2.20, sort of. I can see it dipping at some point. I don't really see it like crashing and burning. It's done a decent amount of sales, but it's not like insane. So as time goes on, will you end up like the Spell Garage Door, or will you end up like the Witch Garage Door from the previous year? Obviously, we prefer the Witch Garage Door behaviour, but then again, a solid $2 barter, that doesn't seem so bad. I'm happy with what I've done. I might just stick with that. Now, if you're desperate, but yeah, honestly, it wouldn't be too bad of an idea to consider buying as well. But it is pretty gimmicky towards Halloween. Hammer from Hell is just a hammer from hell. That right there, it's got pumpkins all over it and whatnot. It also has the enemy girl. So I think it'd be pretty alright. Not too bad. I think I might just stick with a barter though. I need more funds for the hammers. Pumpkin Jacket. You are one of many skins now in the Pumpkin Armor collection. The price of it though isn't really holding up. It's a $2 skin, and the barter's already gone up to about like 80 cents. But I did warn people, when it comes to like seasonal clothing armor, it tends to drop pretty badly. However, at the moment, this is the lowest selling clothing armor piece in the Pumpkin Armor collection. Well, actually, it's road sign gloves, but like the actual like stuff you put on you. Anyway, we'll see. But I don't think it'll drop too bad. Will it actually go dramatically down real bad? Like, it's only just done about 11,000 subscribers. That really isn't that much. Are we actually going to see like tons of them on the Steam market? Or, well, more realistically, we expect not that many, so we'll see. I think you're better off just doing a $1 barter. If you truly wanted to grab some of these today, a solid $1 barter, you very likely will be picking some up eventually. So, okay, cool. Creep Miner Hat. Currently at only 5,000 subscribers, and I've got to say, I might buy a couple. I'm interested. I really don't expect that many of them to appear in the Steam market. I also expect potentially another Miner Hat tomorrow. We've already said that, haven't we? But it is looking pretty interesting. Will we see more creep stuff in the future? Will we get collection continuations in the future? Like a weird body, like, you know, some burlap clothing and whatnot. Give them some weird hands. I mean, it's doable. It's definitely doable. I mean, we'll see. What do you reckon? Do you like the design of it? Are you a fan? But then again, how often do you even use a Miner Hat? So, yeah, it is what it is. So, perhaps we'll just leave it at that. If you were wanting to buy one, just put down a $1 barter again. This is $2 and it's not holding up. But then again, like we said, we're kind of curious about how it even behaves because it really didn't sell that much. So, all right, cool. Understood. Over to here, the Grim Farm Sheep Middle Door. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I do like the skins. I love the design of it, but I just can't help but assume with the previous behavior, it's going to drop off. I'd love to be wrong, but looking at the barders right now, it looks like everybody's kind of convinced that, yeah, it's going to probably go about halfway. Maybe less. We'll see. So, yeah. You're better off with just a barter. If you truly wanted to grab one for yourself, offer a $1.50 barter. Very confident you'll be able to pick one up eventually. So, yeah. And over to here, we have the horror bed. That's not holding. Now, just to quickly remind myself, what prices are the beds selling for? $2 and $2. So, okay. Up and back over to here, looking again. I mean, it's not terrible. You got barters at like $1.30. Will people appreciate this because they really do appreciate the sleeping bag? Or not? I'm looking at it, I'm questioning it, I'm thinking about it, and I've got to say, still, give it time. It will very likely drop off. I really wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. Is it going to end up stuck at around $1 or maybe less? I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to hold. It does look like it will be going down. Look at it around February, March, April time. Yeah, you might be a bit surprised then. So, same thing with the Tombstone Bed, but this one's a lot more easy to notice. Yeah, that's also $2 in the Rust store right now. That doesn't have the support. But then again, just to remind you, this is selling quite a lot, 25,000 almost. And then over to here, this right here, it's got about half as much. So, yeah, maybe this one actually might behave a little bit better. What do you reckon? We'll see, okay? This does not glow, but the design of it does look pretty cool. This does glow, but very gimmicky towards Halloween with the pumpkins, the orange, you get the idea. We'll see. Over to here, Witch Deer Skull Mask and Poncho. People went cheap. People know how this usually goes. So this is barter's only gone up to about 80 cents, about just over halfway. And over to here, this is quite literally 70 cents, just under. So yeah, for both of them, if you really wanted them, 80 cent. Sorry about that. Lost my throat. 80 cent barter for both of them. Oh, just cursed me. No, joking. But anyway, yeah, 80 cents each on both of these. I wouldn't be surprised if you pick them up eventually. Same here. This, oh god, no one's chasing after that. It's too gimmicky. So yeah, you could honestly offer about 70 cents. You very likely will pick up one eventually. And then over to here, Sinister Small Box. It's a cool design. I just can't help but assume more people will be doing it. Or maybe the very skin creator will do it as well. Could he do some fun things for Lunar New Year? Could do like a little mini dragon. Yeah, I said that when I first saw it in the Rust rotation. But anyway, yeah, not too bad. But yeah, if you really wanted it, just offer $1. I wouldn't be surprised if you pick it up for $1 in the future. Looking interesting, but not enough to maintain its price. So yeah, that is pretty much everything that needs to be said. What could we potentially see tomorrow then? I've already mentioned it. We've seen tons of beds. We've seen quite a lot of handmade NMGs. I'm expecting a very interesting Rustor. I'm expecting a big Rustor. I wouldn't be surprised if we push up to about 14 skins tomorrow. Honestly, do not be surprised. Now, next week, do not forget, we're getting kick drops. And I have been looking at these ever so nicely. I've only now just managed to actually get hold of this. I've just posted it on Twitter, so if you can see over to here, yeah. I just started showcasing it. It is really, really good in the jungle. And it's very, very good in the shaded areas of like the forest and whatnot. It's very impressive. For absolutely free, or a lot of people could greatly appreciate that. So I've actually just put the short video on my YouTube as well. Consider giving that a good look. So hopping back over to here. Yep. Slowly, all the streamers that are captains, I believe, they're starting to announce they're taking part in the event and they're revealing their skins. Tomorrow, I think the final 4 are going to be revealed. One of them is... I don't want to reveal too much, but one of them does look really, really, really good. Perhaps I'll grab it and showcase it in the Rust rotation tomorrow if it is revealed. So you have a solid week to get this set up, okay? I know not everybody here has a Kick account set up. Make sure you do, because you don't want to leave it to the last second. I wouldn't be surprised if loads of people are going to try and sign up, like, on the day the actual, like, drops appear. And I wouldn't be surprised if it probably causes some issues. So prepare yourself now. Connect your brand new Kick account to your chosen Steam account. Get that all set up. Remember, this is kick.facepunch.com. If you've done it with Twitch before, it's pretty much the exact same thing. So, yeah. It's almost here. The first of the Kick drops. And don't forget, there's also a big event taking place as well. There is a big competition. So between the 13th of November to the 16th of November, the competition's taking place, but the drops go on from the 13th of November to the 23rd of November. And then in December, with Twitch Rivals. It just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. So, yeah, keep that in mind, all right? Play account tomorrow. What are we going to see? Is it going to be better than October, or would it be around equal? I wouldn't be opposed to around equal. But if we do have more, I'll be very happy. Yeah. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas. It's looking optimistic at the moment. We shall see. But I want to be happy. Please, please. Now, in regards to skins that could be accepted tomorrow, let's just give this a nice little refresh. Come on, show me. Right, so top performing skins as of now. The Rising Sun Armored Door. A lot of people really do happen to like that. But like I said, imagine if they accepted an Armored Door in tomorrow's Rust Door just as they're about to get the Twitch drop. Typical, but it does look nice. Props to you, Smoothie. Then we have the Xenotype Large Stone Box. Yes, I have to mention this. Both the Xenotype collection and the Small Props collection very likely could return tomorrow. A lot of people seemingly have kind of given up on them, which I find very foolish. You might remember when we had the Complete the Sets Rust Store earlier this year, but we didn't see a Xenotype skin being accepted. Of course, well, I mean, it was a bit of a surprise, but anyway, a lot of people panicked and they thought that was the end of the set, so they sold all their stock. Then the very next week, we get the Xenotype clothing box. Oh, look, it suddenly went back to normal. Well, funny, but yeah. Tomorrow, if we see either the stone box or the wood box, I think we're going to start seeing the prices go back up again. So just for you lot right now, we'll go ahead, look at the Xenotype collection right now. You can save this, you can remember this, right? Look at that, look at that. Take a screenshot, and then look at it again in about a week's time if we do see another Xenotype skin. I think you might start seeing more of them in the green rather than the red. So just saying. Wood, stone, either one, and potentially we could have a few more. We'll see. But yes, that's looking good. And then over to here with the ammo. Here we go. Sorry. McGwemp has both his tea box and his ammo box. I know for a fact a lot of people will be very happy with either, but I do want a tea box. The only other tea box we have is a large box, and it costs about $5 at the moment. That right there, it'll be listed at $1.49 tomorrow. So just saying, looking pretty interesting. So cool. Oh, sorry about that. So just to quickly showcase, Temple hoodie and pants, yes, they are the third most voted for and whatnot. Got like the polar stuff here, you got the artist stuff, the bowling ball rock, that looks really funny. Showed it off in my special preview for the week. So yep, that's looking cool. Lots of very interesting skins have been submitted, but which ones will actually be accepted? That is the question. And which handmade LMGs are going to be accepted? Blackout, Olympus, No Mercy, Phantom, Thunder Gold, who knows. But I'm pretty sure people will be satisfied. And do you reckon we'll actually see that being accepted tomorrow? What do you reckon? If that gets accepted, the Ghost Furnace is going to crash, okay? This is another furnace with transparency in the bottom. It really, it does look cool. It does look cool. But imagine that. Oh, no. We've had some alien theme skins being accepted before, just saying. So, yeah, lots of other things from the previous week. Very likely going to be a big rush store tomorrow. Very likely. So, all right, cool. So we did mention this a little bit earlier. Potentially a brand new building skins being worked on. In the rush store, could we see the brand new RPG cosmetic being added? It's basically a rocket launcher, but looks like an RPG. So it's going to be behaving the exact same way, but it just looks completely different. You've seen the Dragon rocket launcher. You get the idea. So, okay, cool. So tomorrow, Pivot or Die seems to be the update. Keep an eye out for the blog. Doesn't seem to be a huge update, just some tweaks, some changes. And then, yeah, Boxers DLC. Something to help you preview what's inside. Mr. Protox on Twitter assumes maybe it's going to be like the retro TC, where it like flashes what's inside it and whatnot, which would be pretty cool. Like an alternative to the storage collections we have. Hey, that might be pretty sweet, so we'll see what becomes of that, but that'll be another $10, please. Gimme. And yes, the birthday is just around the corner. In just a few weeks' time, it'll be Rust's 12th birthday. So it looks like they're getting balloons and cake and whatnot ready. So, yep, that's looking pretty sweet. Ice sculptures. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That's coming back. Look at that. So last year they had complications. This year, it's going to probably be added. So, chat, maybe we can make some very weird-looking ice sculptures. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. Now, I want to quickly showcase some of the skins that have been revealed. I hopped in with my chat earlier. We took a look. So, let's now, flick over to there and get a good look at that. And whilst we're here, best of luck with all of your investments. I will be streaming tomorrow, all right? So that'll be taking place maybe around like in the evening, tomorrow time. Look in the description to see links to all my socials. It's all there. My Twitch link is right there. You get the idea. All right then, cool. So let's go ahead and showcase this. We have the bed, we have the armored door, and we also happen to have Hedge and Hutnick's very interesting transparent white cape. Now do not forget, between the 13th of November to the 23rd of November, for 10 whole days, if you watch some Rust streams on Kick, you could get all of these brand new skins for absolutely free. So I've already uploaded the Hedge jacket short video today. I'm obviously wearing it white out because I truly believe a lot of people are going to want to use this. You know, so many people were hoping and praying and yearning for a whiteout jacket to finally be accepted. But let me tell you, I honestly think this is going to be the go-to option. A lot of people are very much concerned about, oh, but some of it like sticks out in the front. No, it's all completely transparent and invisible in the front. Like we know the whiteout hoodie is very, very, very good in the snow biome. Wonderful white camouflage. This right here, though, whilst the colour doesn't exactly like perfectly match up with whiteout, I still think a lot of people would greatly appreciate it. Because do not forget, you could get that for absolutely free. Just watch Hedge for 2 hours of your time on Kick between the 13th of November to the 23rd of November. It's yours. So by all means, feel free to offer your opinions, comment below. That is looking very, very nice. I've also had a very nice short video showcasing this for Spoon Kid and Blazed. A very nice art piece. Oh yes. The golden canvas looks ever so exquisite. The little Mother's Day rock right there, that's also very cute. So yes, some exquisite designs. And another one has been revealed today. Well, quite a few of them have been revealed, but yep, get a good look at the Spanish Twitch drop. So Pan Potts and who else was it? Augusta Bell, that's it, yep. Lots of bullets on display, looking very, very nice. And I knew this was going to happen. The second we saw the beds appear, like when they first became skinnable, I just knew that we were going to see a Twitch drops very, very quickly. Well, turned out it was a kick drop, but same point, right? There's a very nice glow-in-the-dark design right there. I think a lot of people are going to be very happy with these kick drops. So yeah, that's it. That's everything. So we'll see what's going to be accepted in tomorrow's rush store for November 6, 2025. What do you reckon? I'm betting on 2 handmade denim Gs, 1 L96, at least 1 bed skin. What else could we see? Oh, I don't know. I will find it very, very funny, though, if they suddenly decide to accept an armored door skin, with this potentially being the first armored door in all of 2025, and it's November. What do you reckon? We'll have to wait and see. So what are you hoping for? Temple Tier 2? Temple Hoodie and Pants? But could it be anything else? Or will Face Punch just sit there and say, oh, okay, we're just going to accept like 1 backpack. There you go. There's all your clothing armor skins for the week. You know how it is. Right then, so that's pretty much everything. I hope you liked the quick little showcase. And do not forget, when all the skins are revealed, I can record everything. And I'll put out a lovely video showcasing all of these skins. That'll be on YouTube, hopefully this Saturday. Right? So we'll see how it goes. So other than that, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck to you and your investments. And every day now, we only get closer and closer and closer to December. Closer and closer and closer to Christmas and post-Christmas. January 2026. So keep your head up. Look forward to the naval update in December. And that's it. That's a wrap. So once again, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck to each and every single one of you. Thank you very much. This is absolutely ridiculous. Just stand next to a tree in the jungle. How many people are going to spot you? Like, honestly now, how many people are going to be able to spot that?